Okay, so I got a lot of shit that I gotta like get off my motherfucking chest. I gotta talk about this because like, bro, life be lifing. Like a lot of shit will be happening, and you will think that I need to go that way though. But I'm gonna see if I can go that way, cause you will think that you will think that the way that shit be, you know, it's a yeah, I'm trying to walk my route. So y'all already know I just got off work. My mind is doing its thing. I have a lot to share. I have a lot of things I want to say and do. So it's gonna be all over the place as I attempt to process everything that's going on. Hi. Why they tie you up there? Oh, you so cute. But why they tie you up there? Oh. Hi. Okay, he's so cute. Okay, I kind of got a little scared because I don't know, dogs, I just be like, even though it's about your own energy, your own, you know, but it's just like, you never know, baby. Okay, so boom, I just got off work. I have a lot that I want to share, and it's going to be all over the place because y'all know I'm a bit dissociated. I'm in my healing, I'm in my journey, I am in the pits of the shits, okay? I've been having a lot of light and dark codes come into me. I've been having a lot of low and high vibrations come up to me. I've been having a lot of like, how are we going to respond? What are we going to do? In the past, I used to choose silence, choose the high road, choose being the bigger person, choose absorbing the energy, taking it on, being the one who was the bearer of the truth, bearer of the weight, the responsibility, living the life according to the realization and the revelation of truth. And it's still difficult. I still fall short sometimes, and even in that I get trapped because it's like I'm doing so much work, right? But the work that I'm doing isn't necessarily being valued in the environments that I'm in. Therefore, it is being perceived as attack. It's being perceived as something that it isn't. It's being perceived as let me just say, there's a lot of people who have been abusing my energy and what my energy is naturally, what I exude naturally beyond what even I know and see for myself. Like I've had 2 people explain to me my energy, my presence, and how it makes them feel, and I still can't fully like hold space for like the magnitude of that. Outside of what I experienced it for myself, I live with me each and every day, so I know the totality of it. I know if I've experienced these great magnitudes of sorrow, hurt, harm, just think of the worst of experiences you could think of. I've probably have experienced it, or I know a similar energy signature of it. So to have transmuted all of that and have cultivated a life where I am still well off, I'm still happy, I'm still whole, I'm still complete. Yes, I'm healing. Yes, I'm addressing what's been suppressed. Yes, I'm acknowledging the betrayal. Yes, I'm acknowledging the falsehoods and the narratives that feed into the life that I no longer desire to live and experience. So in order for me to transition fully into the life that I know I deserve and desire to experience and have already been experiencing, I have to commit to a full tethering of the realization of who I am. Not just of who I am, but who everyone has been in connection to me, rather in awareness or out of awareness. Whether you chose to have sight this lifetime, whether you chose to turn a blind eye, it really doesn't matter your disposition. You just made your choices. And I often went through life not really understanding what life really is. I still don't really get this chess game. It's starting to come connect, but I think a lot of the things that God wants to reveal in my life is an innocent purification, an innocent detoxification, an innocent transference of power, of hierarchy, of priestesshood, of new levels and elevation. So before I started this, I knew I was going to come on here today. And I wanted to come on here today because I knew that I was full of shit. By me being full of shit, I mean literally and metaphorically and metaphysical. I might be spiritually cluttered. And I can say that because I have a lot of habits. I have a lot of things going on that normally wouldn't be going on. Even when I first went into spirituality, like there was a part of me who wasn't ashamed of sex, of smoking, of Now I'm back in this timeline. I'm back in this version of me, experiencing versions of me who have already transmuted, who have already alchemized, who have already overcame these spells. So it's like, it's not me. I've already done that. So who the fuck is am I? Who the fuck is projecting on me, trying to get me to do their work? Who the fuck is afraid to go into the deep end? And sometimes the deep end is a simple accepting of your mental capacity. I stopped being a lot less mentally insane when I accepted that. I'm a little throw the fuck off. I'm a little like, it's no way that I've experienced what I've experienced, and I need to think that for the second I don't need help or support. In fact, it's a miracle that I am even here in this space, time, moment, sharing this story, articulating at this capacity. Because when I tell you, there are those who wanted me dead, there are those who wanted me distraught in my mind, unable to communicate truth. There are energy, spirits, people, environments, places, things that thrive in ignorance, in the lack of knowledge, the lack of wisdom, the lack of truth, the lack of purification. So they have been after everything that I have been trying to build and acquire and realign for myself and my family. I just seen the road full of shit, and it didn't even really look like dog shit. So I'm kind of like, interesting. And it was like, I just said I was full of shit. What was that about? Yesterday, I got a message about some of the witches, warlocks, entities that were coming up against me, and then I go see that tree with the apples underneath. So it's just like certain things. Because I had so many synchronicities yesterday. If I can, if it's within my capacity, because I will start to do all kinds of stuff, I will try to go link some of the. Ooh, he just almost ran me over. But you know what? God is good because I'm still here. Okay, so. So yeah, I'll try to go link some of the downloads that I listened to from other healers, other spiritualists yesterday, specifically into the one that I did yesterday. Because when I say, if you listen to all three of these videos from three different people, they each are talking about the same things, and then from different perspectives and angles, and then they also all mentioned something I mentioned exactly, and it was almost verbatim. Like, I caught it. Like, I just said that. I just had this moment with myself. I just told myself this. So what is it in me that, like, I've got a lot of YouTube watch hours. I value, and I'm not saying these people aren't the women that are powerful. I look up to them. I value them, of course. They are who they say they are. You know, I am who I say I am. So, but sometimes, even with my awareness of that, there isn't, like, I don't want to be bragging. I don't want to be, like, big-headed, high horse type thing. But, like, I need a certain protection of, like, if when you know you have diamonds and you got gold and you got wealth, you start to protect it. You don't give it out. You don't, well, you might give it out here and there if it suits you and, you know, it benefits whatever you're trying to do. But, you know, you guard your precious jewels, your items that you feel are of value. So for me, sometimes I struggle within my existence because I know truth. I literally, it's like I don't even really gotta say anything. I can show up and you will start receiving downloads. Motherfuckers start fidgeting. Motherfuckers start having all kind of problems with me because I represent an energy that comes against any bullshit. Anybody not operating in integrity, I can't fuck with it. Now, where the gray area comes in is that I'm still a human. I'm still, although my spirit has these valor, high God body, you know, just these principles, these codes that I can't really describe. It's just God codes, King codes. And so even though my spirit came here with that, my human vessel has to find a way to I think this is the trail, but I'm gonna go around and see because I don't know yet. But I think that is the trail, but I'm just gonna walk how I walked yesterday and go that way when I go back that way. So and something telling me I should go all the way around because, well, we should just go the opposite way. Yeah, now I'm gonna go all the way around. Then I can come back out on this side and go back home or whatever I want to do after that. But I need to address the human experiences, the childhood experiences, the trauma, the suppressed experiences that prevents my spirit from being able to thrive. Because there are times, seasons that I've experienced my spirit being on the scene more than the version of me who was utterly and horribly betrayed by my family, the people who were supposed to care for me, who were supposed to, like, this is like y'all rule. This is why I hate games. This is why I hate aspects of life. This is why I hate the aspect that life is a game of chess, because life is not a game. Now, if you're saying the life that motherfuckers create for you to live within in order to win at their fucking games, then yeah, that's a game. That's a gimmick. And I ain't know nothing about that part. So it's one thing to have a motherfucker who is like tapped in, fully aware, fully up in their shit, and you know, you just like that for real. But a lot of motherfuckers ain't really like that for real, because you gotta hide your hand, you gotta do nasty nice, nice, nasty. You can't be direct. So it lets me know up front that there's a slyness, there's something going on the back end. Because like I had a lot of questions growing up. And now I kind of understand like how it is, like when kids ask me stuff, like I don't ever really like to be around too many kids for too long because of like risking like my I don't want, even though I know they'll benefit more from the healed version of me than they would the unhealed version of me, because I mean I'm okay like to a certain extent, meaning I'm still here, I still have breath, I still have options, I have a plan to work, and I have the necessary tools to get through this. Now, I'm not okay in the sense that, yeah, this shit is kind of fucked up. Once I get through it, I need to like hopefully come into an awareness and understanding of how to not have this shit back up in our bloodline. Like once I'm a clear body vessel filled in my, like once I'm just fully just, at that place of just like shit, there really are no worries. Like, yeah, shit is what it is, but I have, and not only do I have ready and accessible the tools, I know how to use them. I'm ready to use them. My like sometimes right now I'm like God, it's like this it's the way I heard it today was God parts the Red Sea and lets you be able to walk, but you just looking like, yeah, my past is catching up with me. They coming after me. They trying to get me. Yeah, there's the way out. Should I go? But hey, them motherfuckers coming like that for like it's this stagnancy, this disbelief that what you've experienced is really what you've experienced. And it could be very difficult, challenging, harmful to make that shift, to be like, I can't hold on. It has nothing to do with the name and the person. If you associate the energies, the things you're experiencing based off the false relationships, titles, bonds, you are gonna be so very disappointed. You're gonna be so very disappointed because and not only disappointed, but you're gonna be hurt, distraught. You might have a mental breakdown. You might lose your sanity, because if you genuinely are like operating in your light, like you were fully unaware of like, damn, motherfuckers who are like brother or sister, like if they don't got they shit together, they can form weapons against you, intentionally and unintentionally. Sometimes a motherfuckers, that's just their disposition. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with it ain't got nothing to do with okay, I'm just looking around, but it don't be having nothing to do with what it don't be having nothing to do with, Kawada? What it don't be having nothing to do with? Okay, yes, it don't be having nothing to do with the actual face of relationship. You gotta remove that. Like, remove the attachment to expression and existing, and it's kind of like operating how kids do. They don't give no fucks. Like, If you could remain like that all the way through, then you are golden. It's difficult because motherfuckers will molest you. Motherfuckers will incest you, which is a form of molestation just from a close relative. Motherfuckers will rape you, just fully take advantage of you. Well, molestation and to me, molestation is more so like in your adolescence, like you don't have the insight, the awareness to agree or consent to an experience like that. And although you will have pleasure responses, like you will respond to what you're experiencing, it won't be from your awareness that you are having sex. It'll be from whatever relationship bond that was established between the person who is doing the horrible activity. And it takes a very sick individual, very, very, very sick individual to molest one time and then continue to do it, and to continue without no regard, without like, and you may do get the conscious, thing, and then you ignore it and you just go about it and you just start feeding that energy without awareness. Or you may have full awareness. It feels good. So these demons, these entities know how to reward the human with endorphins and, with different stimuli, different material things. Maybe somehow when you did this happened. So you thought that it had some type of relatability, connection. And it could have just been a test, meaning, like, are you going to sink to that? Either way is the way. Either way is up to you. You were given that power, that ability. But do you need to go down that path? Do you have to experience it that way? Or is there a more righteous, pure, authentic way to expand and explore? And as a person who has been molested, incested, raped, and all the things in between, and who has also been an abuser, who has victimized, who has molested younger siblings, molested younger cousins, I understand what I was experiencing to a lot of degree, and what the things I had to do to ensure that I never will just allow myself to be given over to a spirit and not be able to process and acknowledge and articulate what I'm experiencing. Like, that's another thing. Sometimes, like, you'll get, like I said, have a non-consensual sexual experience, and your body responds the same way as it would in a consensual experience. Therefore, you assume that what you are possibly experiencing is right, because you responded as if it were so. And no, that's not the case. That's how energies trick, connive, and that's how the whole light against dark war even came into existence. It's even the whole idea of the light and dark war, even that this whole concept of this thing that we have to like, who made it a war? Why isn't it a relationship, a honorary, like, declaration of balancement, of keeping homeostasis, of acknowledging the truth, of that one without the other? You can't have all of this, because then there's no revelation. There's nothing is, like, I think the hardest part about my healing journey is accepting that I don't know a life without my pain. Not because I don't desire to experience bigger and better things, but because everything, even the bigger and better things that I'm meant to experience, are going to be forged from me processing and living through this pain, this grief, this sadness, this hurt, this anger, this rage, this frustration, these heavy emotions that I can't even identify because I don't have the emotional vocab. I don't have the intellectual, emotional vocab. I don't have the vocabulary to articulate half of the things that I experience outside of what I just named. So I'm full of shit, y'all, in a lot of goodness and in a lot of darkness, in a lot of unfavorable expressions or experiences or things. So so I'm gonna check in with myself. Hi, self. Hi. How are you? I know that it's been a minute. I don't check on you like I should. I don't acknowledge you like I should. I don't be real and honest with you like I should. You deserve so much more from me. Like, let's exclude the extra, the noise. Let's just deal with me and you right now. I don't know how to honor all this that I possess. I don't know, like outside of the ways that I've been doing it and trying to juggle it, it's like I have so many spirits, so many parts of you that I have to protect. I have to get to grow up. I have to and I have to do this with ease, with peace. And I just seen a bunch of bunnies. And there's just so much confusion. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do. I just have been trying to be honest. Well, no, I have not been being honest about how I feel, honest about how I think, honest about, because if I could acknowledge that, I would be further than where I am. So I could just say that like even when I thought I was providing myself with the best things, and I'm sure the consistency, if I did it longer, I probably would get further down that track. But you're not gonna 12 years, 1 year, it ain't gonna cut it, baby. It's not enough. You gotta have at least 6 years. Give yourself 6 years. You're 25. So by the time you're 31, revisit a lot of the things you feel like you just bullshitting in or too stuck in and refusing to grow in and need to do this and do that, But I'm gonna walk this path and I'm gonna talk this journey and talk my story. there's a lot of fear. Even like what I'm doing now, walking on a path that's unknown. I don't know where it leads. I did find out where I think it leads yesterday, so I'm testing my luck, but I don't know what I might inquire or come into while I journey. And worrying about that could cause me to forfeit the journey. It could cause me to get into something. It could attract me to that. It could just cause me to lose focus and not be able to really articulate anything. But also, I have to be, it's like you have to find the ground, the equilibrium even between those type of things. Like, I need to acknowledge that a part of me ain't really ready for this. Something going on that it's like there's a real pain, a real fear, a real something. Or it's so fake. It's so real, it's fake, or so fake, it's real. Like, it's, the illusion is so big now that it feels real. So maybe there's something that needs to be shattered. There's something that needs to be further accepted, further, and I don't know, like, as I journey, even like now, like, I guess, like, basically society has this way that you're supposed to live. Society says that if you want to have this life, that this is the best way to have it. Even for Black Americans today, like, we don't have to stay in poverty. We don't have to stay in lack. Even coming from the depths of, when I look at some of the Black millionaires, billionaires, wealthy people, or just well-off people, you don't even have to be that much money. Just, money that cares, just that you're not worried about that, about where, like, that's not your, like, when you've experienced life where you had so little that it impacted how you felt emotionally, physically, mentally, and how people treated you, then you attach to that like that survivalism of it. And if you don't overcome it, you can end up being very, very, very harmed. And I'm gonna go this way, because why not? I already did it the first time and I got through it, so why not? Okay, so I've become my own abuser. Like, at some point, everybody was hands off, like, oh, we're not gonna be doing this. We're not doing this to Kawanda. We're not gonna mess with her. We're not gonna contribute to, is that a porcupine? We're not gonna contribute to her using us as the like at some point in my life, no one's raping. Well, I actually did experience a rape, but even that, I gotta acknowledge, like, how I got myself into that. I didn't deserve that. Now, I ain't saying it's some, I ain't saying it like that. Now, I don't agree with that behavior, but I understand how my own decision making, my carelessness, my naiveness, it communicated that I was for taking. And sometimes also that's not what it's communicating. How about we acknowledge the truth? Like, if I know who I incarnated to be, that I know that I am pretty much I'm an alchemist. So I am a light being who reincarnates on earth to experience and transmute the most harshest of experiences, to garner and guarantee that you can get through these things, you can survive, you can overcome. And this is even for people who are into the other stuff, like hard drug addictions. Because even I would say the way that I'm addicted to weed could be synonymous to somebody who's addicted to a hard drug. Like, it may not be that, but it may not be that, like, the signs, it may not be that noticeable, but I think whereas crack cocaine starts to deteriorate the mind and physical body faster, I feel like marijuana does it differently, just psychically, spiritually, because it's in the air, it's in the ether, it's in the unseen, it's in the gaseous state. But and I would say like the way I've been acting sometimes, I've looked for go this way. I've looked for weed before. I've done all kind of stuff to get my high. So I've done what people would say is crackhead behavior, and I'm not addicted to crack. So we gotta address addiction spirit, addiction nature, trauma, being so, wow, this is so beautiful. Trauma being so it's scary. It's so beautiful that it's scary. Trauma being so wow. 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 I don't know what I'm experiencing, but there is a very, very natural, very intact, very, very much in wow, people have beautiful homes. This is a beautiful, wow, like you don't even know that you could be where you are. Like, wow. Wow, I don't know what to, like, I done said wow 100 million times. This looks like this used to be filled with water, and like you could just do all kinds of, like, some of these, when I walk around Dallas sometimes and I'm just doing nature walks and I'm going deep, like you could see some of the landscape and the nature that kind of looks untouched a little bit, or that looks like it used to be, it was something once before all of the shit that is built around it. And some of that could be man-made. Like, this is what happens after the fact, and now we've formalized how to do that. I mean, I'm already here now. Hi, little doggy. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, I just have to be like, I'm being mindful of myself, because this is showing me, like, being on this walk, being so antsy, scared, aware of everything, like even just walking through that, like that, I couldn't even, I don't know what I was experiencing. I was kind of scared a little bit, because I'm like, it's like, it's unknown. I don't know I'm scared that something out here, something gonna get me, which ain't shit gonna get me. Ain't nothing out here. I could spend time out here. I could meditate, ground, cry. I could just lay here and life will be grand. And imagine if I had allowed the fear I felt to prevent me from exploring and coming back today. Like, I knew I wasn't ready that day. But what about the day that I was ready? And what I could have experienced or and like think about okay, there's two ways to look at this. Like, I'm considering I'm gonna need to wear my boots next time. I'm considering like there was not being present with my emotions would have made me just like either keep going and just be like, fuck it, you know, like, I'm scared, but we gonna do it anyway. Like, but like not acknowledging why I was scared, what kind of fear it was. Cause like, yeah, absolutely, I kind of wish I still did it anyway yesterday, because I probably would have had a different revelation than I had now, because obviously I'm safe. Nothing happened to me, and I'm living to tell the story. So that's another important factor. But I think that not doing that also is a story. It's the actual story that happened. So considering that, thinking about that, I'm kind of like, I'm still on edge of like, I'm not sure if I should still be doing this. But again, so I've already done it though. So I've done it a couple times. I went down a few different trails and pathways, got spooked by a couple things, were in awe of the beauty, but I got through it. Like, I didn't die, and nothing, like, I didn't get wiped off my trajectory, you know? And I feel, okay, this is what I was acknowledging. Like, I'm not saying this would have happened, but like, I don't know what would have happened. I was acknowledging what I was experiencing, and I acted according to what I was experiencing at that particular moment. So, with what I experienced, like, I couldn't, like, it was impenetrable. Like, I couldn't move it. Like, I couldn't move it. It wasn't ready to be moved. And y'all, sometimes my eyes be seeing stuff, and I be like, oh, what am I seeing? And it's getting dark, so I'm like a little nervous. But again, this is normal. I'm on a new journey. I'm going places that I don't know, and that's scary. It's a righteous scary. It's the rightful scary. It's not out of alignment scary. It's the truth versus staying in the stuff I know is unfulfilling because what? I'm scared to go where I know I'm fulfilled. This is fulfilling to me. Walking, talking, expressing is healing for me. It brings me closer to home, brings me closer to me. And if I can continue to vibrate on this frequency, that's so beautiful, man. If I can continue to be in this, oh God, this is amazing. Y'all, I can't even begin to explain what I'm experiencing right now, but just this moment I'm having with nature, just how serene, peace, everything's unwinding, getting ready for the night. It's at the real. Like it's like, dang, this is what I've been missing, and I'm not even experiencing it at the full capacity because I'm talking and trying to get this shit up out of me. But life is really more. There is so much more to life, and I don't have to stay. I don't have to be stuck. Don't have to be afraid. And even if I am afraid, acknowledge that there are real fears, real things that that need to be addressed in order for me to be able to proceed. Rather, it's the reality that the illusion is so big that it's giving me this false idea, or that there is something really to be afraid of. Because yesterday, like I said, I wasn't there. Today, I'm here. And so, and I've achieved, and I've done, and I've overcome, and I've already what I've experienced even in this moment, y'all, is just wow. Like, I'm doing the work, bruh. I guess even in me doing it, I expect it to look like something that I've seen online that was probably AI, probably well, even not even just AI, but just artificially orchestrated, where it ain't even the real thing. Because even with some of my grandest experiences that I would have wanted to capture for like a scene like that, it's not you're living in those moments too much to be limited to, or to be focused on trying to capture it for social media. Like the real and I'm not even gonna say that like that, because I don't necessarily, like, right now I think I'm being real. I think I'm being present. I think I'm being a lot of things, but I think there's levels of it. And I think that the ability to have a comfort where shit, where the fuck am I at? Okay, the ability to have a comfort where I lost my train of thought. All this itchiness I'm doing, but oh man. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. What I want to talk about now. I feel like I've pretty much said most of everything. I kind of just I wanted to say this. So I've been watching, shout out to B. Simone. She is a comedian. She's from Dallas. I've been watching her since the Know For Sure podcast, and I had a real life revelatory, or I don't know if that's the right thing, but just miraculous experience from even watching the Know For Sure pod. But things happened within my own life, and I just wasn't able to be consistent with it. But trying to figure out where the hell I'm at. Okay. But before I get myself too deep up in these streets, man. Okay, but yeah. These are some freaking beautiful houses. Like, some of these houses aren't even that close. I don't know, it's something about the houses that I really admire. Anyway. I'm just trying to see. Oh yeah. So yeah, the B Simone, she just got her new podcast. She had a recent hello little bunny rabbit. She had a recent episode with Dr. Brian, who's just amazing. Like, I was being transformed by just listening to some of the stuff, and to hear B Simone's, even just the parts of B Simone's testimony that I haven't even finished the whole podcast, y'all, but just the parts that I already have heard. Like, her story is so similar to mine and probably a lot of women specifically from the South, and I think it's we need to start looking at this on that level, like what experiences are geographical. Like, I mean, of course things happen across the globe, but like, there are certain tactics, spiritual warfare, certain things that were used in certain areas, like East Coast, West Coast, South, particularly in America. You can apply this in other places too, but right now focus on here, that I feel like the enemy sent Pacific things to bind us. Wow. So I am like further away than I want to be, which is fine. It's just like, okay then, take me away. I'm having a lot more to do now. I know that you can just walk and just find yourself into stuff. I'm gonna have to wear me some hoodies. I'm gonna have to layer up because it's probably gonna get colder, and I'm gonna wanna protect myself from any, bugs, the branches. I'm gonna have to give me like a knife, a machete or something, so I can be able to chop shit out my way if I need to. Give me a stick, a backpack, with all my essentials in there. Cause yeah, while I'm here, I'm gonna be just doing the things to strengthen my spirit, to process and do the things that I love, which is to communicate, which is to talk, which is to be me, to be free, to be whole, complete, and one with self. And this is one of the ways that I get to do that. Other ways that I like to do that is through dance, through song, through worship, through prayer. I love writing, creating, anything that I can. When I can create, when I can uplift and be of service to others, I'm at home with myself. And the more that I remind myself of the experiences I deserve and need to experience in order to rewrite the narrative, reprogram my subconscious, and live more whole and above anything that wants to bind me. So we are getting free, y'all. We're unlocking the codes. We're unlocking ourselves. We're accepting ourselves. We're embracing the truth. We're releasing the rose-colored glasses. This fairy tale concept of what we've experiencing. And not only are we releasing it, but we first have to accept why we even created it to begin with. Why we clung to the fantasies. Why does the fantasy world more safe, more this for you? What have you experienced truthfully in your reality from people that's supposed to love you, and they were communicating they loved you, but they were doing behaviors and actions that were not that. How could you love me and hurt me and abuse me and disregard me at this level? But you're here for me. You support me. Like, we have to address how fragmented our vessels have become, holding on to false truths, false narratives about what we're experiencing. God, I'm gonna come to you right now, ask for forgiveness of anything that I'm not seeing, any transgression, any just stubbornness, any wool on my eyes that won't move, because whether it's because I keep putting it back on, or I ain't took it off yet, or I'm afraid to look clear through the looking glass and be the self, my own self that I've always been. Like, I am who I am. I take care of me. I soothe me. I make me happy. I thought I was building and cultivating the bonds and relationships with people who also contributed to my happiness. My mom, my dad, my siblings, my partners, different community expenditures that I took on. Like, I believe that I was co-creating and participating, but I was facilitating the illusion, the narrative, the falsities. And now that those realities, that there is no world for that. They don't exist. Illusions don't exist. That's why illusions are illusions. That's what the word illusions. That's what an illusion is. The word illusion is elusive within itself. It's words. You don't have to. That's why you don't have to speak a lot, because words are what they are. They are spells. So when you say it, it is it. That's what it is. It's not a matter of, you don't even got to understand what the fuck you're saying. That's why I'm glad that I'm getting back to the me who don't really care to speak a lot and only speaks when there's truly like something to say, because I've casted myself upon my father, my mother, my brothers, my sisters. I've gotten drunken in the spirit, drunken in every regard to communicate my aspirations for life, for connection, for unity, for whatever, for something more than what I was experiencing. And I was turned away by every single person. No one has the capacity to fully hold space for me. Some come close, but there is no one on earth who can complete or fulfill me. And I shouldn't be. They shouldn't. Like, even like, if that's the fantasy world of like, I need this idea of, I need to have these type of bonds or relationships in my life to be whole, then hey, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna end up somewhere I'm not supposed to be, or I'm not gonna say supposed to be, but somewhere like that. You know, y'all see my variable: suicide, murdered, homicide, jail, whatever. Because I can't sustain that if that's the way it's supposed to be. But in the event that I've all along have been doing the fucking thing, then what do you say? Like, oh God, just this year alone, these last years alone, 5 years, my 20s, the last 7 years the last 8 years has been the most tumultuous roller coaster ride. Nights and days I thought I would die, thought I wouldn't make it, thought I was the worst, the lowest of the low. All of the nastiness that I received from people, and I'm like, nah, I'm still like going into, oh no, he's gonna be different. They're gonna be different. They're not gonna know. They're not really like that. They don't really mean it. They're not really trying to like. But what convinces you of that? Like in that movie my sister showed me, it was like, I want to watch that movie again, because it was like they were penetrating certain aspects. You don't even have to do a lot. That's what disgusts me about it. Like, you could do the bare minimum and a motherfucker's back up in your spell, back up in your web. It's as easy. That's why, like they say, sweetener gifts. Eating people's food, taking stuff from them, involving yourself in certain ways with people that you don't necessarily like or desire to have real or true association with. It's detrimental, dangerous, deadly, and I need to address like I could be honest, I'm afraid to be in the, like, out here, just out here, like, it's not comfortable. I'm not necessarily uncomfortable right this minute, but it's not necessarily comfortable nowhere. I'm not comfortable where I'm at either. So what's the difference? It wouldn't be no fucking difference. You just trying to come up with an excuse or something to address your cowardice, to excuse your cowardice. The same way you be yelling at these, you just finding a reason not to do. And I bet the second you do what you are so afraid to do, you start to receive everything that you want to receive. Even if it's simple as like, Mom, I really be wanting to talk to you. I really desire to talk to you, but I struggle to talk to you. It pains me to have to put myself in a place to facilitate our connection, our bond, because often I am made to feel a type of way about what I express to you. Rather, it's going to be kept safe, secure, protected, and viewed and held like a mother should hold. You have shared things about me to people that I know, and some things I don't know. There's things you know I know, and there's things you don't even know I know. And that type of nastiness is not acceptable within the bloodline, within our existing. Like, you didn't even really teach me that. That's why I get kind of confused with the energies that I'm experiencing. What I feel like it's from you. I don't know what shifts, what happened, what came over you, but like, I struggle to, even though I desire to, I struggle to communicate what's necessary, what's needed. And I'm not trying to make you solely responsible, but you are the parent, you are the original initiator. And if I've never felt like that though. I've never felt like I fully had a mom. I felt like I had a part-time mom. Rather it was personal, like you actually specifically treating me in a specific way that made me feel like that, or rather it was life circumstances taking you away from yourself and us that you couldn't show up in that way. So I'm not even blaming you for the reality of what we've experienced. I understand why you've made the choices you've made to a certain degree, and that's often why it pains me to experience it at the levels that I have, because I have to choose to absorb all of this weight, all of this pain, because I feel people are bypassing. I don't think y'all want to be accountable. Like, I genuinely desire to have these conversations. I desire to live in this energy each and every day. I don't get tired. Like, I get more, the more that I talk about these type of things, I get more in the spirit. I get more into it. Like, there are times where I'm like, yeah, I need to hang it up. We need, the physical body is tired. It can't contain the spiritual download, so it has to rest in order to, even for it to be articulated the correct way. Y'all, I'm over here thinking about smoking weed. Can't even fucking think. But yeah, even for it to be articulated the right way, I will have to what do I have to say? I would have to I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm in that point where it's time to allow what we've come together. But let me just wrap up my original thoughts. So yeah, B. Simone, that podcast, just amazing. She's just powerful messages, mind-opening things, helping me facilitate and revealing to me the healing that's required and necessary, the steps I gotta take in order to reach my destination. And it may not look like nobody else's journey, but you could take bits and pieces and you can apply it. And you also gotta acknowledge where you may be in the journey. Like, for example, please don't stare at me. Find you something safe to do. Focus on your damn dog. But yeah, like, men are so fucking weird. Just weird. Anyhow, like, you did all that walking slow, standing still just to see me, just to bother me, just to be in my energy. Like, you don't even, men, that, like, those are demons. Those are entities. Like, that type of lack of, like, I don't give a fuck how beautiful a person is. I'm not finna sit here and just creep on around and, like, say something, acknowledge the beauty you see, and, like, y'all motherfuckers be like, just like, revealing the truth. It's annoying. It's exhausting. It's like flips hair at you bitches. Anywho, it's just like I said, everything that I come in, like, there's no coincidence. Nothing that I'm watching, there is nothing happening by design. Everything comes to me. There is no, like, I can't go back. I've already done a lot. I've already done it. It's already done. Shit, it's like, it's I just got to download. And I'm not even gonna say this is what it is, but this is kind of what it is, because I don't even have the power to do this. But it's like God parted the Red Sea, and I walked across that bitch. Cause I got codings and wisdoms, and I know what's on. I've tasted that motherfucking shit. And I came back, or I'm trying to get back. And there's no way, there's nothing there. So I'm drowning. I'm suffocating. I'm dying trying to save the Philistines who were after me. Save the people who would, if they had the opportunity, would leave me for dead, and have showed me that in real time. I don't need I don't need the example, the Red Sea metaphor to go down the times that people have truly like said, like, I'm not saying you're like, okay, the type of person you are, Kawanda, the type of lifestyle you're living is not in alignment with the type of person I am, the lifestyle I have, so we got to go our separate ways. I'm not going to be able to go on this journey with you. I can't continue on this path like this with you. No, it's motherfuckers who are like, but truly thinking and believing that they bring so much value and so much motion to your life that if they uproot themselves drastically, even randomly, that they are leaving you for less, that you're not going to be able to float above water. I remember looking in my mama's eyes when she left me at a abandoned apartment. I then remember getting her an apartment in that same apartment after she adrenochromed me with her sourness. Sometimes it's fear, it's the scare, but you being scared that they use to fuel them. And then it's the empathy, how much you care, that they use to drain you and fuel whatever they're trying to do. And so she was going through something with my big sister, and I just remember being so, I can't describe it, like I felt everything Mom was going through. I cared about everything she was going through. I resonated. But I couldn't take on to it. And to an extent, I did take on more than I should have, because just by being present, it's like they don't even. Some motherfuckers, I'm not even going to be able to be around no more. Like, this is their last time ever seeing me. So the fear I've been having isn't irrational. My childhood self had to come to terms with the grief and the reality that the real healing I need is peace and space from people who have allowed themselves to be ridden with spirits who have no regard for human life, who have no regard for what's to come and ascension. Like, I got my bullshit, and I still, like, I got nieces and nephews, little siblings, because I only got so much that I could do. So considering my own stuff, like, I know that even me, like, with how I'm struggling with my addictions and stuff, like, that's a whole thing that could lead me down, and I'm get locked and trapped into something if I don't let this go. Free, like, not believing that I gotta have this substance every time, like, that's just insane. Who is like, what, like, I have to think about, like, what was I doing, what was I experiencing the first time that I did that? And that was like, I was talking and I got high. And every time that I can't talk, every time that I got something to say and I can't get it out my chest, what do you think I do? Smoke. So lately, that God has been intentionally putting me in these situations where I can't access it. I gotta get this shit out my chest. I gotta talk and reveal to myself the problems so that I can solve it. So hopefully this lands and meets those who is in need of it. I'm dealing with a lot of low and high vibrations. I know a lot of you may too. Continue to ride the wave. Know that it's all relative. Don't feel guilty or bad about the negative thoughts. Work yourself through that. Work your process. Go deeper. Go darker. Go denser. You feel negative, explore why you feel negative. Do that work. Stop bypassing. Stop negating, and be honest with who you are, what you are. And for me, rather my bloodline or me in a past life willingly forfeited priceless things for just artificial gains, superficial. Like it had no depth. And now we're in a state of reclamation. We want our shit back. And hi, Kiwi. And in order to get our shit back, we have to be open and honest to what needs to happen to reclaim the land, to reclaim our minds, to reclaim our hearts, our souls, and everything that is trapped and bound. But that is all that I have for you, and I hope this message finds you.